Okay, with the creative team of the music video Shadow from Austria, we have Timo and Ulrich with us. This is a band, Black Marine, I guess, right?
Yep.
And tell me, guys, about connecting with the band and kind of making this kind of cool music video. What was the story here?
Black Marine is a good friend of mine. I work with her 7 years together in different music productions and film music productions. Her husband is an orchestrator and director for orchestras and is also the chief director in Prague's film composer commit and summit, sorry, and they needed a video to get a better presentation of Marine song. And I asked Timo, he's also a friend of mine, if we can get a fast track video out uh, that we have in good 1 week the video for the presentation.
Gotcha. Did you have a song in mind that this is the song that you were going to use for the music video? Or
Yeah, the song got recorded in Prague with the Philharmonic Orchestra 24 in the year 24. Uh, um, but it took a year to produce it. It lays somewhere, and we didn't know that there will be a slot to present it at the summit, and they gave us a call. Yes, we have a summit. You can perform it or show it, and then we that was the first moment where we get the info that we have about 2 weeks to produce the song, the video, and to make a single out of the song.
oh, so you had to do this all in 2 weeks.
Yeah, the orchestra was already recorded, but I re-recorded Marina with her voice. I produced the original song with her 7 years ago. Oh no, yes, 2019. And yeah, we thought we make an orchestra version out of it, but we didn't get it scheduled to produce it at all. But the invitation from the Prague summit nailed it to fix it in a fast way. Yeah. And I have one good message. Next week is the the Prague Film Composer Summit 2026, and we got it done. The presentation is real orchestra, live conducted, live singing with live projection of the video, and that's a great yeah, I think success because it plays alongside with big American film composers.
So, Timo, when you were approached for this music video, what was your reaction? Have you made music videos in the past?
I have worked with music, but not directly a music video. So we had some experimental stuff with music in the past. And when Ulrich approached me, I mean, I always love working with Ulrich, so that's an easy snap yes anyway to work with him. But the next thing is also that there were some limitations basically with the project in terms, like I already mentioned, like time and resource and everything. But I
Yeah,
kind of liked it, to be honest. It's like, like you get like a puzzle, it forms together. And this is also something that I really then it's part of the job that I enjoy, to be honest, to figure out like within those limitations, what can we make, which is still very enticing for an audience.
yeah, Like I guess the deadlines are good in a lot of ways,
Yes.
right? In the big adventures, right?
Yes.
So, when did you first hear the song that you guys were going to do?
Um, that's a good question. I think maybe 3 days before we shot the video, if I'm not completely wrong.
Oh wow.
Maybe
Okay.
1 day before. So it was like, I think I had the concept of the video before I heard the song. Or it was a mixture.
the orchestra session I sent you before, because I
Yes.
had already recorded the orchestra, but the unproduced there was no vocals, no text,
All right,
nothing
yes.
on it.
Yes, so I got basically an orchestra track, and then out of that orchestra track, I came up with a concept, and the visuals came and stuff like that. And then later on, I think like the day before, I got like the final song. Was like, okay, that's what we're actually shooting to. Now we can work with that.
But did you kind of like write a script, like a music video script of like what you wanted to portray? I guess you wanted the performers, like the band in the film as well, I guess, right?
That was one of the requirements.
Yeah.
So we were told that we should put her in, for example. I personally did a lot, or like a lot, but some research beforehand about certain art that I like. So, for example, the ending snapshot of the video, that's, for example, leaned to a painting called Hypnosis, or like the opening shot is another modern art installation, which is somewhat similar. So I gathered like a bunch of art things that I wanted to have, which you can also put into some kind of simplified black and white context, made like the
Mhm.
whole story. And basically out of that, like we made a storyboard, because you asked if we had a script, right? So we didn't have a script. What we had is like, I made like rough paintings, and then Ulrich needed to understand what those very rough paintings should mean. And then we
Yeah.
started to figure out how to film it, basically. So it was more of a storyboard concept, I would say.
Oh wow. And then how many days did you have to shoot the film?
One day.
One.
One day?
Inclusive set. I think we had like the evening before, we set everything up in a cellar, which I think is
Yeah,
actually kind of fun. Is if you look at all of the shots, they're running through black, right?
Yeah.
And they're running through those things. And the truth is, very often you see a cut, because at that moment they are running into the wall where we put a mattress behind the black. So it was like literally we had like 4x4 or 5x5 meters or something like that. And so every time it's, like sprint into the wall, and that is like most of the shots, basically.
And then like this was done. You shot in the studio. I presume?
yeah, it's my Foley stage. I cleaned up my Foley stage, and
Oh
so we had a 5 per 5 meter place to shoot, and for the technique, another 3 by 5 meter, 3 by 4 meter, where the camera, the sliders, and everything stands.
so the concept is that it's kind of like a black. I'm just in the general terms. It's a black background,
Yeah.
and it's like there's mysterious because they're running into shadows or in like fogs and shadows, and like a lot of them are blind. And then you're kind of focusing, hyper focusing on the characters. Most of them are blindfolded and running. I'm just being general, right? And
Yes,
there's
correct.
more
Yes.
to it than that. And but then that's sort of like that's the concept. So the lighting obviously is key to this film, right? Like it's getting the right proper perspective of the lighting, I guess, right?
Mhm. Uh, um, we have a renting light renting company around the corner here,
Yeah.
and I said I want this. I even don't know the name of the light. I want those tubes. It's tubes,
Mhm.
and they had only 8 pieces of it, I think, and I rent all 8 pieces, and five I mounted in the roof of the room,
Yeah.
and the other one was mobile on stands, and with the iPad, I could set up different light situations, and for when we changed the position with the camera slider, which also changed the lighting. Timo looked at his monitor, and give me advice, how he wanted, and Yeah, we shoot it out. One thing is really funny. He said we need a close-up shot from the face when they are running. So we need as a running training machine where they can run but
Yeah,
not move. And I didn't have such a machine.
yeah,
When you look at me, I love training. Yeah. So we looked the second-hand markets online. If we The shooting day was this was Friday or what? No, it was
I
Saturday.
think during the shooting day, we were like, okay, we need a treadmill because the room was so
Yeah.
small, and we needed to have those people running shots, right? And so we
yeah.
then organized on the day like a second-hand treadmill, put it in the room, and like the actors ran on it to get those close-ups where we can blow wind in the face and stuff like that.
Gotcha.
Yep.
That was great. That's a great. It's, what about the light, the last shot of the film, like kind of like the light kind of coming in through the crack of the light.
hmm
How did you do that? You kind of, they're staged, I guess, but that's like a really great shot. Like it's a really great effect. How did you guys pull that off?
Thank you. I mean, first of all, I have to give credit where credit is due. So basically, it is inspired by a painting called Hypnosis. And then it's also, there's a similar shot that is being used by Sharon Blaschke, who is like a very great DP in my opinion. And the idea is basically that you put a bunch of fog in a room, or in Sharon Blaschke, but back then used rain. And then what you do is basically you just set up a very narrow light space behind the face of somebody, of course, so that
Mhm.
doesn't see it. And then you have to arrange a bunch of stuff. You have to play with the other lights in the room because there needs to be lighting, but there needs to be not enough light, obviously, to obscure the big light beam that you want to
Yeah,
have. And then what I also like, what we at least did was that we slow motioned it because it should feel like it's like a moving painting. I didn't want it to be like a painting, right? It shouldn't be like a one picture, but at the
yeah,
same time, it should also not feel like a full moving scene. So like you can see the fog moving and stuff like that. And that's how we set it up mainly. But I
oh,
think
that's
the
great.
setup for this shot was by far the longest. Like to get everyone perfectly still and get like the millimeters on the eye correct. Like it took a long time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I get. Well, but you're right. It was like, it reminded me of, it's like a painting. You kind of like, it's everything's kind of, it's a great way to end the film, like thematically. And let me talk to me
Yes.
about the costumes. Like it's a nice costume, like even with the mask, and they're like set up. Did the band help you with the costumes, or who did the costume design?
The costumes from the
The
actors
costume
are
design was as most things. Yeah.
uh, 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 um, um, I'm the day before I go to a uh, costume shop for Halloween and something like that,
Okay.
and bought a few really cheap costumes and shirts uh, um, to have a few things to try out. And my wife we used basically we used a, cabinet of clothes to fit the costumes to the actors. But the
Yes.
costume from this from Black Marine, the main singer of the band Black Marine, it's her outfit. She's gothic style performer on piano, and that's her costume when she have her uh, uh, live sessions.
Gotcha. Yeah, no, it's fantastic. And so then you guys did it, I guess, and then you went into, so your cinematographer was also credited as the editor as well.
Yes,
Yeah,
correct. Simon, yes.
Yeah. So then he, like, you guys just put it into the editing room and kind of like pieced it together, and obviously you have the soundtrack as your like. So did, like, was the band? I'm curious. Is the band happy with the experience?
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, they must have been. It's really cool video.
The band is basically one woman.
Oh, who are the rest of the actors then?
Yeah, yeah, the rest are all actors.
Oh, so where did you
Or
find them?
Ulrich
Where did you find
himself.
the actors?
It's
So
friends from Timo.
yes,
Okay,
so basically during film studies, like we have like a film school in Vienna, and there's also like an actor school, and most of the film school students already work together a lot with the actors from the actor school. And so there's like great friendships already from there, and we reached out to them if they have people I found visually fitting for the project, and they instantly agreed because like we all like to work with each other, and that's how we found, I think, all of them except Ulrich, and there's another guy in the video. I think they sit together at a table with the main character of the music video, basically at the beginning, half naked, and that's like Ulrich and the man of Marina, the singer herself.
great. And they were all terrific. So the lead is the girl, right? Like
Yes, correct.
and she
In
just
the
she does everything herself. She does creates all the music herself.
Yeah,
Oh no,
she
sorry.
writes
There's a
and
difference between like the main singer and the main actress, right? So
yeah,
that's like two
Yeah,
different characters, basically. Yes, but I think Marina does her music herself. But I'm
yeah. Marina writes and music and the words. Yeah.
and so what is the main goal with this music video? What's the game plan?
The game plan is to get better in the film composers community, especially Hollywood composers or American film composers. Because Bernie is a really great orchestrator, and he he has a good connection to world orchestras. That's interesting for great and big film composers when they want to record their music for films. And I'm a film composer and sound designer too. And so we are a small team, Marina, Bernie, and me. Yeah, we do everything that we get forward in our profession. Yeah.
Gotcha. And so that's yeah, it's great and like just like really well, like it's like you said, it's like simple in its concept, and then but this really well executed in what you needed to do. Like you said, you had the small kind of setting, and you kind of maximize the setting and the lighting, and you got the great. And I love everything about it. Just like there's even the actors you got, like they're all kind of they all fit. I assumed it
thank
was
you
a
very
band.
much.
They all kind of I thought they were all kind of like they all kind of meshed together. They had good chemistry.
That's true. Yes, I think they are also real life friends, so that certainly helps. And
Yeah.
like I said, like they were mainly chosen by how their visual appearance would basically fit into the concept, like with the hairstyle and the color and like the how soft or hard the face is and stuff like that.
So what is like? So are you guys going to work together again? One would assume.
Yes, no doubt about that.
How did you guys meet each other? Like, what's your origin story?
Ulrich used to be in film school my teacher for sound design, basically. And
Okay,
then I asked him for help in my first short movies, and he was very helpful with that. And we spent many nights together or days figuring out and even cutting one of my short movies, and that's how we became friends as well.
that's great. So you must have seen something in Timo then.
Yeah. Mm. I, 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 I thought I saw his work and thought when I get it done to get in symbiosis with him, I have good chance to make more good movies in my future.
So what do you guys have a goal together? Like a dream kind of project that you want to work on?
I would say yes, like multiple, but the main thing is like we would really like to get an actual feature cinema movie going in the next, I would say, like 2-ish years. Until then, I would like to make 1 or 2 more short films as well. And I think this is like the next big steps for us. Music videos, short movies on the way. Sure. We take everything at this point.
Yeah.
But the main goal is certainly to do something for cinema.
Like, would you want to do a feature one day, like a feature film?
Yes, for sure. Like I'm writing right now on one, and I will keep writing until eventually one gets accepted by a producer and we make it actually. Like I will just make one after another.
So you guys are both based in Austria, and how is the
Correct.
Austria kind of independent film scene?
Yeah, the independent film scene is, I think, really big, totally underfinanced.
Yeah.
But I think it's a great power within this, and yeah, people have to work with each other, and find their way to work with each other. And I think that's the first step to get a good product. Yeah. But
Yes.
in Austria, we also can say we have I don't know how to spell it in English. Fördersituation. Can
Subsidies.
yeah.
So basically what we get in Austria, which is amazing, is the state gives us subsidies for filmmaking. I think that's the correct word. So they help us fund movies, but at the same time, so it's like a good and a bad thing at the same time. So the one thing is, especially at the beginning or at short movies, the state really helps you, and that's like amazing. At the same time, I would say in comparison to something like the American film market, which is I guess a lot more capitalistic and is a lot more profit oriented, is that then eventually like your movies make money, and that's why they can be kept producing, right? While our movies are mainly being financed through the state, which means you have like one big entity that says which movies are being made and whatnot, and the quality which decides which movie is made is not necessarily its success, but more its like let's say political or artistic idea which is chosen by a certain um, jury. So that's like I would say the big differences between the two systems, and both have advantages and disadvantages, I would say.
Gotcha. And everybody speaks English in Austria, or most people speak English?
More or less.
But German
Uh,
German is the first language.
yeah.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. But most people speak two languages, and English is the second language usually.
Yes. So we learn all English in school, but obviously like the older the generation gets, the worse the English gets usually. And in
If they're
terms of
not using it,
acting,
right? Yeah.
yes. And in terms of acting, like you can hear our accents. So like acting in English is kind of hard to do actually in Austria, I would say, unless you get some native speaking people.
Yeah. Well, you had a famous guy, right? That became governor of California. It was a big movie star.
Yes.
He, he
Arnold
used his,
Schwarzenegger, yes.
he used his accent to his advantage. He didn't. It wasn't. It was. He used that to like. He said he thought that people thought that was a negative. He turned it into a positive, right? So
That's true. He made a trademark out of it.
yeah, 100%. No, I
Yes.
read his book a year back, and I thought it was fascinating. Like just the way like coming up after World War II is, and all the men are like feeling less about themselves and like just very insecure, bland, and then like him kind of like wanting to be a bodybuilder and kind of trying to be a masculine person in an unmasculine kind of environment. I don't know. I felt the psychology was interesting, and then he goes to America, right? So yeah, I thought
For
it was
sure. He's
interesting, right? So, yeah.
fascinating. Yes.
So we've got positivity in Austria in the future. It's going to be nice, like good films. I know it's all about like the government helping out, right? So it's a big benefit, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
like I said, it is a benefit, but also comes with some prerequisites.
Yeah.
Like you can, there's basically no money here to say like here's a concept like we can turn this movie, like the market is way smaller and compared to like English. So also like the budgets for movies are way smaller on average.
Great.
Yeah. full budget movies in Austria have 2 million euros.
Gotcha. All right, guys. Well, congratulations on the success of the video. Appreciate showcasing at our festival. We'd love to see you guys showcase another film of yours again. I thought this is great. It's a great music video, but the music's great too. So basically, it's like I love seeing kind of like really interesting kind of videos like this. So thanks for sharing, and let's talk again when you guys make your next film.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.